Yeah, I know. That's why.
Hello, Internet! It is I, Sneaky Devil, with Max Force and Atin here. And this is Fanfiction Contempt 9001. Now, I'm just gonna send another ping out to everyone. They've probably muted me at this point.
Stop. Also, Twitch yet doesn't.
Which is the what now?
Twitch says you are not online.
Twitch says I'm not online. Why am I not surprised that Twitch is saying I'm not online?
Well, he's online for me.
Yeah, then it's probably just mine broken.
Alright. Well, whatever. Let's see what we got here.
No one wants to play.
So we got Werewolf Taylor. We got some really crappy Harry Potter Wheel of Time. This should make you angry, probably.
Harry Potter and what?
Wheel of Time. Atin's favorite series that he keeps trying to make me read.
No, I'm trying to get you to read literally anything by Brandon frickin' Sanderson.
That's it. Anyway.
Just, God, read the books. Max, give me his address and I will send them to him.
Alright, so this is gonna be the summary. Atin, you're gonna have to tell us if this is a read story or a skip story.
Hey, Isley's here.
The dragon is hello, Isley. The dragon is born again. Harry dies in the Chamber of Secrets, but the all capital letters creator sends him back into the past along with the memories of a man called Rand al'Thor. It seems that the boy who lived is the reincarnation of the dragon reborn.
Alright, so a couple of problems with it. So, we can, like, look at this. It's not uncommon. So the way things work in the Wheel of Time is everybody's part of the pattern, which is the way the world is set up. And the pattern goes one direction. But God realized this was kind of a problem. So he made people that could specifically ignore the pattern. They could shape it. Basically, they're anime You know how anime protagonists go, by the force of my will, I can defy fate?
Yes.
Yeah, that's literally what these people do.
Okay.
Basically, they just don't have to obey the laws that fate has written for them. They can change things if they're good enough, or strong enough, or smart, whatever, right?
Okay.
But going along with that, reincarnation is present, and people who die do get reborn.
Right.
However, this normally amounts to nothing. They don't have any memories. Basically, deja vu is you occasionally re-experiencing things from old lives.
Okay.
But there is one specific person called the Dragon. And there used to be a guy named Louis Theron Telemon. He broke the world. He and a bunch of male magic users broke the world because what was the equivalent of the Jedi let Satan out of prison. And they were like, shit, we need to lock Satan's prison. They drilled a hole in Satan's prison and they went, oh, we should close this. The male Jedi were all like, yep, time to go kick in Satan's door and close the prison. But the female Jedi were like, no, he's already messed everything up. We should not let him touch the source we should not put magic in his grasp. And Satan tainted basically the male half of magic, which drove all the male magic users insane, and they broke. In order to try to repent for this, Louis Theron Telemon, as Dragon, was, of course, going to be reborn again and again, blah, blah, blah. Basically, whenever he's reborn, he slowly starts taking over whoever he's been reborn into.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Wheel of Time books, that was Rand al'Thor. Bear in mind, I am trying to sum up like 14 books worth of crap, right?
No, I get you. Yeah.
And so that was Rand al'Thor. So it's not impossible that if Harry was the Dragon Reborn, he would have Rand's memories. However, there really isn't reason for him to be born unless they're going to be like, "Yep, the Satan's prison is open again. Someone's got to close it."
Apparently, according to the reviews, the ending was rushed and a little bit stupid. And then there's a crap ton of people going, "OMG, this is the best thing ever."
I
That's
mean, look, I really
68,000
enjoyed
words.
Wheel of Time, so I'm gonna be damn choosy
You know,
about
I hear
like
you.
I went looking to see if there was any decent fan fiction. And I was like, nah, none of this is any good.
Commanding. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not gonna say we covered it, but there
I
was
mean,
a
no,
thing. We
like
got
if
an
you want, like
explanation.
read the first chapter. It's just I wouldn't recommend it because
I
there's
hear
a
you.
person here who really knows anything about the Wheel of Time.
Let's see. There is this worm story, so let's do this one. Oh, good. It's a worm. It's a worm. CYOA.
God, can we just not? I hate those so much. None of them are ever good. None of them are ever good.
All right. All right. If it's like cringy, we'll end it. Or if it's boring, we'll move on. Okay.
Alright.
Isley says words. Greetings.
Isley often says,
Hey, thank you. Nose hair. Subscribe for 8 months.
"You're just throwing your money away, nose hair."
I
You know
appreciate.
that.
I will go buy more vodka with that.
I mean, I appreciate it. You're helping eventually fund my purchase of Resident Evil 2.
You have access to that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Max has it.
I don't have access to his Steam library anymore because it was messing up my Dota 2 cosmetics.
There seems to be a fair few people in every story who do the oh my god best thing ever shtick. I think I've read this one. I wouldn't be surprised. Of shards and worm. You know, see, at least mine was a little bit clever when I did of tanks and men. Because, you know, of mice and men. That was a little bit clever. This one's just bad.
I appreciate that you're like, look, it was a little clever. This was not real. It wasn't that good, but at least I put a little effort in.
A young man decides to do a worm CYOA. And then he wishes
His
he
dick
didn't.
falls off. Everybody goes home.
Honestly, that's entirely possible. I'm not dead. I just wanted to write this because I have writer's block.
What?
Ah, yes, that class. No, that's actually a super common problem with people who get really into writing. They'll get writer's block on one story and say fuck it and start writing like 2 more stories until they get over the first one.
And then they go back to the first one and they go, wow, this is garbage. And they never touch it again.
Aha! You see, Max and I will never have that problem because we already know ours is garbage.
Which I'm actually really sad about is that the shit post garnered 0 attention, and I'm sad. Makes me sad.
You got
Probably for the
exactly as much
best.
attention as you deserved.
Oh, fuck you. It was a great shit post.
It really was.
No,
It really was.
It was pretty poorly written.
Yeah,
Not
that
saying ours
not your
is any better.
not your best work, mate.
No,
Not
it
your
was
best
beautiful.
work. Also, isn't the Ruby section like dead after volume 6?
Oh, yeah, no. I got at least like 5 authors who updated their stories saying, I'm not going to be writing for Ruby anymore after season 5 or season 6.
Yeah, like
ugh.
at this point, I'm like, I pray to God Cord doesn't actually watch anything past season 5 because I'm scared he's gonna stop writing.
No, dude, he's getting paid like $5,000 a month.
Yes, I know, but here's the problem though. That money he's getting is not for writing fan fiction. That money is literally him offering writing lessons to people. He does sessions with people
Yeah, I know.
and teaches them.
Shit
So-
post. Yeah, it was a Ruby shit post
No, don't tell them about it. Oh god, you don't want to
in
read
which
it.
I adapted the start of Skyrim into purely Ruby and only Ruby.
Yeah, the problem though is that you guys went way too far with it. If you'd stuck it to just the intro, it'd have been fine. But then you started Like,
We did Helgen.
no, you started referencing bugs and shit. Like, the Todd Howard one was a little push, but then you started putting in bugs. Like, okay, well now I can't.
Really? Is that what killed it for you?
I think that's what probably will kill it for a lot of people.
That's fair enough. That was Kilm's edition. I thought it was meh, so I left it alone. Whatever.
You thought it was meh, so you didn't touch it. How very like you, Sneaky. How very like you indeed.
It was meh, but I didn't feel like touching it.
Really, it's gotten bad enough that even Ruby authors are fleeing. Ruby authors have been fleeing since season 2.
I would argue since season 4, honestly.
Well, no,
So,
because I mean, you had with season 3, you had people going like, "Oh, I don't like Vital Festival," and then you had the people who left because Pyrrha died, and then you had season 4 happen, which did major drop. And then season 5 happened, and everyone who stuck
well,
around in season 4 was like, maybe season 5 will be better. And then season 5 happened, and everyone's like,
yeah.
this is better, but that's like saying having normal shit coming out like a log instead of just runny diarrhea is better.
I like that you basically just for my point of it was at least until volume 4.
Well, no,
Because we lost Pyrrha at the end of volume 3. That's when people started really dropping the show because Pyrrha was one of the more favorite
I mean,
characters.
you also had people leaving because Monty died.
Yes, but again, that wasn't until after volume 3 at the bare minimum.
Wasn't it like episode 5 that Monty died in or something?
No, Sneaky, we lost Monty before the show even aired, like 2 or 3 months before it aired.
Yeah,
See,
but to be fair, it was.
you gotta keep in mind, Max, is I didn't see Ruby until season 5.
Yes, I know, after I sat you down with Atin,
Yes.
and then we tried to stream it, and that just...
And
we
then
don't talk
Rooster
about
Teeth,
that.
after we contacted Rooster Teeth about this, and they said, yeah, see our terms of service, and it was like, oh, yeah, terms of service says okay, and we did it. And then Rooster Teeth's like, actually, we're going to claim all your videos, also have 3 copy strikes.
Actually, didn't...
Oh, so that's why our channel's gone.
No, channel's not gone.
He was making a joke.
Yeah. I wish it was gone. But,
Wait, why do you wish it was gone, Max? We made 10 cents off of it.
But,
I want my 10 cents, damn it!
I actually, yeah, I want that 10 cents. Like, that's 3 cents for each
I'm gonna
post.
sue Rooster... That's not sue... I'm gonna
But,
sue YouTube.
The Sneaky, I just make sure, you did make sure that they were demonetized videos, right? Because we could have fought that as long as they'd been demonetized.
Oh, they did get demonetized. They also copyright
No, I mean,
striked us.
no, I mean you set it up that way.
As far as I know, at that time we were not monetized yet.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we got hit unnecessarily. Ah.
And after manual review, they confirmed that it was in fact a proper strike or whatever. Whatever. But anyway.
Oh well.
The world twisted around me in a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes in all sizes, twisting and turning and whipping around and flowing smoothly. My head felt like it was going to burst, explode into nothing when it stopped, and I found myself face down onto the hard ground. I took a few minutes to let my mind recover from whatever that was. My mind calmed down, and I began to think of how I ended up here. It didn't take long, a second in fact. I started to panic. See, I was doing the version 5 update Gimel work CIOA as I was bored and wanted to write a fic like A Bad Unborn, which is fucking awful, by the way.
Like what?
A Bad Unborn? It's a self-insert OP.
Is supposed to be Abaddon? Are you sure it's not supposed to be pronounced Abaddon?
I have no idea.
Abaddon the Despoiler.
I mean, it's a bad fix, so... and wanted to jump onto the popular, parentheses, end parentheses, CYOA train. And I had just finished and was starting to type when everything went into kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope of bullshit, maybe?
I stopped right there. My head hurt and I didn't want to remember. Using my memory, I called up my choices. If my memory serves me right, I chose Nanotech, Power Sight, Unlimited Shardworks, Negentropy, Noctis, Secret Lair, Blind Spot, and Second Trigger, as well as Humble Beginnings, Endbringer Target, and Slaughterhouse 9 and Case 53 drawbacks. Shit, if I knew this was going to happen, I wouldn't have done any of this. The only problem was, I didn't give myself powers. I gave myself humble beginnings for the point. I don't want to suffer. I'm only fucking 15. Why did you choose me for this? Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation
can we just
point.
Stop it? Like...
Hopefully they reboot Ruby someday. There's a lot of potential there for scriptwriters and for decent scriptwriters instead of the current idiots. I mean, if they finish Genlock and then they go on to reboot Ruby with the Genlock writers, I'm down for it. Which, speaking of which, us three should go watch that criticism video later.
Why?
I want to know why people are complaining, and I want to talk to you guys to see if it's the same opinion.
That's fair, I guess. I was like, I don't really want to watch a criticism video because... here's the thing, I generally don't like criticism videos in general because many of the points these writers try and make are not actually points, they are completely and utterly subjective.
Well, see, that's why I wanted to get you two in on the first video at least, so I could be like, well, is this subjective or not? Because, you know, Max knows how good I am about that. Right, Maxie?
Good. How good you are about what?
Subjective versus objective.
Kind of?
Thanks, Max.
I'm sorry, you're one of the most... Sneaky, you are one of the most toxic people I've ever met when it comes to subjective matters. I'm sorry.
You say the sweetest things.
You're a piece of shit. I mean, truly.
I don't know if that was aimed at you or me, Sneaky.
I don't know either. Maybe it was aimed at Zeke.
It was decidedly aimed at Sneaky.
I calmed down, I surveyed the alley. Why wasn't I in my base? I don't know. The walls around me were covered in graffiti, gang logos.
Hold on a minute. Humble beginnings.
Yes.
Base.
Yeah,
What is this like when Donald Trump was like, my dad gave me a small loan of $1 million?
No, probably. Ground was covered with trash and liquids, along with dead person.
Along with dead person.
The ground was covered in dead person. I don't know if this person got exploded or what. What's going on? I don't know. Like,
I don't know. That's pretty horrifying.
I pat my pockets.
No, there's dead person on the ground.
Oh, there's dead person on the ground's covered in dead person.
Oof. Oh boy.
Singular dead person. I pat my pockets, pulling out a wallet with a few $100s in my phone. Said phone couldn't connect or call my family, which makes sense because I'm in a different dimension. I pulled up Google Maps, which thankfully worked, and typed Secret Lair.
But
Google Maps GPS in general wouldn't work. Because
I'm so upset right now.
As far as I remember, the Smurg destroyed all those satellites.
A, yes. B, your phone isn't connected to any of the cellular networks.
Oh yeah, that too.
Or any of the satellites. because you are using.
Or on top of that, it doesn't theoretically. Well, what if it's an offline mode? Okay, well you don't have Brockton frickin' Bay inside your offline mode Google Maps. You know?
Like, I have like 15 miles around my house probably in offline mode. That's it. I have like 15 miles around my house and downtown Chicago. That's what I have.
There's
The
a
way
few
Chicago is built, there's a
$100
lot
in
of
your
like
wallet.
underground stuff.
Okay,
so...
well, Isley does bring up another great point. This guy is carrying a few $100 in his wallet. He's got a small loan of $1 million. You're lucky
Okay,
if you
look,
catch
I
me
mean,
with
maybe this is
5 in
just
my
Chicago,
wallet.
but people routinely walk around large amounts of money, but that may just because they're going to their drug deal.
Yes. I mean, you're on a good day, you might catch me with $5 in my wallet.
Like, I always try to carry at least a 20 just in case, but like, if I'm carrying a couple hundred, it's because I have a very specific purchase in mind, and I'm going there and straight back in my car.
Yep.
Like, oh shit, PS4 Pro is like $200 off for some reason at GameStop. I know where I'm going today.
$100. Do you want to buy it used?
I was gonna say I have like $20. I keep a 20 on me. Pretty much anything over $50, I'm doing with my card.
Yeah. Well, I pretty much do everything with my card because I can track all the purchases like that. But
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, like if I go, I grab food or whatever,
right.
fine. I probably won't throw that on my card. Anything, like I said, anything over 50,
SMH.
that's gonna be on a card, so I track it.
Anyway, wait, what? I went onto Google Maps and typed in secret lair into the search bar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a restaurant called that or some shit.
It showed up. For some reason, Google Maps had my secret lair with GPS directions to it. A few blocks away in another alley.
Okay, look, I get that mine and Max's story takes some liberties, some convenience, some stuff where we're just like, yeah, this is just how it be. The end. But holy shit, we aren't doing anything nearly this bad.
I walked over to the alleyway and then someone grabbed my shoulder and spoke. Hey, ain't that some nice phone? Would you explain what you doing here, boy? He said in the most butchered fucking accent in existence of, you clearly don't live in the Northeast.
What was that accent supposed to be?
You clearly have never even been to the Northeast.
That wasn't even remotely like any accent I know of.
I turned around, a skeleton of a man with dark hair and crazy eyes.
I'm sorry, a what of a man?
Skeleton. It's a skeleton man. His teeth were black as coal and I could smell the rot. Behind him were others, looking exactly like him. Just walking, I stuttered. I could tell my face was pale. He smiled. Then you must not know. This is merchant territory, and you gotta pay a fee if you wanna go by. How much? He smiled. A very smelly, dangerous smile. Everything.
What is the halitosis like leaking out of this man's breath? Like,
yes.
Look, even people who have like.
How much must you pay? Everything.
Like, even people who have some of the worst breath imaginable, like, if you get a few feet, unless they're like in your face, you don't smell that.
Oh my god, this is so fucking crazy.
Mm,
My eyes widened and ran.
I've smelled breath bad enough that a couple feet away.
Yeah.
It is possible.
It is.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and blame the South for that then.
This is up north, mate.
Yep, same.
Nope.
I have family in Ohio.
Completely doubt. Oh, well, that's Ohio. Ohio doesn't... Listen, Ohio isn't even part of the United States.
I don't want to hear it, Mr. Illinois.
What? Excuse me, we have a proud tradition of crime, not halitosis.
Sneaky, this guy has writer's block at 7K words. Oh, wow.
Almost like they didn't plan it out or think about
Yeah,
it.
it's almost like they didn't think anything through, ever. Anyway, my eyes widened and ran the other direction.
Really? Your eyes just ran the other way? Your
Yeah,
eyes are
they
kind
popped
of
right out of his head and just ran away.
Yep. It's Looney Tunes.
Suddenly, a gunshot rang out and I fell, pain shooting through my leg. Well, boys, looks like we got a runner. Jeremy, get his phone and money. Steve, grab his stuff. The good ones.
What? Wait, hold on a minute. Grab his phone and money. Steve, grab his stuff. You've grabbed his phone and his money. What else does he have to take?
He walked and crouched beside me. See, kid, this would have been a lot easier if you just gave us your stuff. A syringe was given to him, full of something I didn't want. Now, look, you're a good, strong kid. The merchants could use you. Here, this won't hurt a bit. The needle started approaching my hand, slowly. No, 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 no. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Bold text. Two starry beings swim through the void, twisting and turning around each other
Can we
before
skip the
coming
rehash,
to a
please?
blue orb. A blue orb, shining with golden light, comes from nowhere, shooting down the fragments. The shards as they fell away. A third one watches from afar. Far more shards are being shot down as they are sent to Earth. Want this to happen. My eyes widened and I grabbed his hand, twisting with a good crack as he screams in pain. Standing up, despite the pain in my leg, I grab the nearest one, Steve, as he is the one with the drugs. I grab him again, and around the waist this time, and pull him around me and over my shoulders before slamming his down against the ground, causing him to lose consciousness. What? What?
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Was that supposed to be a fight scene?
I think. Really, they should have done. Look, I advocate for dice-based combat.
I just... What? I grab him around the waist, okay, and pull him around me
Wait, he's
and
on the ground.
over my shoulders before slamming his down against the ground.
I think that
What?
sounds like it's meant to be a hip throw. Just very poorly described.
What? Okay, I'm getting the paint out. I'm getting the paint out.
Why are you getting the paint out?
Because I have to draw this scene to even try and comprehend it. Alright, so we got two people. M for Merchant Man. Oh, undo. New layer. And we got you, Mr. Hero Man. Alright. So, there's this guy here. Right. Fix that really quick. Okay. So, this guy here is grabbed by the waist.
Bear in mind, I'm just pretty sure this is all still on the ground, right?
No, he got up.
Okay.
Okay. So he's grabbed by the waist by this dude here, and then he's wrapped around him, and then brought over the shoulder from the wraparound, and then slammed into the ground head first, as far as I can tell, or back first maybe, making him unconscious. That is what I'm understanding from this description. I grab him around the waist and pull him around me and then over my shoulders before slamming his down against the ground. That's what I'm understanding from this. Pedro,
Truly,
if
the most
you...
important thing to understand is that the author's bad at describing things.
I mean, yes. And stop complaining about not getting notifications, because I send them out all the time on the Discord. So if you have them muted, well, that's not my problem now, is it?
I was gonna say, we only use that for streams too. Like,
Yeah.
if it was the kind of thing we were spamming, I'd understand. We only use that for streams. So.
Yeah, we literally only use it for sure. Anyway. I snap my eyes towards Jeremy and dive at him, knocking him down where I proceeded to slam my foot into his face before like Steve Goes KO. Wait. Wait.
What?
What? Well, you gotta unmute Discord, dude. Okay, so we got Merchant Man. And we got this dude. And so he... Shit.
This is so fucking dumb.
He dives at this guy, knocking his feet out from under him. And then Merchant Guy goes tumbling down. And then the hero kicks backwards into the Merchant Guy's head with a drop kick while he's on the ground to also knock him out. For some reason, somehow. What is this action scene?
Wish I could tell you.
It's a scene. That's
You're
for
overthinking.
sure.
I'm not overthinking this, Birdie. That's the problem. Is I'm literally doing it as he's describing it. I looked towards the last one just in time for him to use his gun and hit me in my left shoulder. Ah yes, he selected his gun from the item menu and hit use. But only a dull pain came from it. Huh, the adrenaline must be pumping. I duck under him as he attempts to use the handgun as a melee weapon.
What? You shot him once and you have to... What are you, a fucking Fallout character?
Wait, when did you get back up? Wait, when did he get back up? I duck under... That's enough to make him wait. And I uppercut him with right arm. And I uppercut him with right arm.
Yeah, you uppercut someone with higher arms, Sneaky. Don't you know how to uppercut people?
That's enough to make him unconscious. I grab my stuff from Jeremy and slump to the ground. I can tell my adrenaline is wearing off soon. So I rip off a piece of cloth of my and wipe some of the blood off.
You just know when it's gonna go, so...
Yes, you just know. I swear this guy is trying to combine WWE with Jackie Chan. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, here's the thing, right?
Welcome,
I would love it
G-Music.
if Jackie Chan was part of the WWE.
That actually sounds like a really great crossover, to be honest.
Listen, I would watch the hell out of that if they were like appearing for one night only, Jackie Chan versus Roman. I'd be like, I'm in. I'm in. You've never gotten my money before. You get it now. They bring John Cena back.
It's a cage match between Jackie Chan, John Cena, and Trump. Somehow
I
this
feel
has
like
108
one of those
followers.
people's going to be at a severe disadvantage.
It's gonna be Jackie Chan. I grabbed my phone and dial 911. If my phone has Google Maps, it can call 911. Your phone doesn't have cell service.
Assuming that their Earth follows the architecture of this Earth's, that actually wouldn't matter.
No, it does matter. No, there's a difference there. Not having cell service means you can't connect to a tower. Now, you can connect to towers even without a service enabled. Like, from Verizon or whoever you're getting your service from. You still connect to towers, and that's how you can use 911 and crap. But the way he described it is he doesn't have any bars.
That's true.
So that's like picking up a landline that's been disconnected and dialing 911 and being like, well, it has to work. They have to get 911 here. It's like, yeah. If you were connected to the network, it would. What the fuck, Zeeks?
What happened?
911 goes to even private networks. Oh, really?
It's supposed to, yeah.
Because the idea is that, listen, assuming they're making a 911 call, they should be able to get through no matter what.
But I mean, it comes down to it again, is they supposedly had no bars on their phone.
Yeah.
Isley doesn't get the point of wrestling. There are far easier ways to watch a bunch of mostly naked men grasping each other. Well, see, Isley, it's this thing called capitalism. If people want it, there's a market for it.
Now, if you're asking why people want it, we have...
That's a large variety of answers. But if there is
most of them involve questioning sexual.
Possibly. Anyway, so 911, what is your emergency? I just jumped a few guys. I took them out, but one managed to shoot me. Can you send me some help? The adrenaline's wearing off. Yes,
By the
sir.
way, the sentence is, I just No, the actual sentence is, I just jumped by a few guys. That's
There are
far
so
more.
many.
That's far funnier
A, yes.
than.
B, it's also still wrong
Yeah.
because, like, he got jumped. Like, here's the thing, right? As far as the 911 operator is concerned, some dude just admitted to mugging people.
And if not that, this man has an odd habit of parkouring over people.
Look, you need to send me an ambulance. Why? Dude, I just parkoured over someone, and I think I'm having a heart attack.
Also, I will say that was probably my favorite thing about Bleach was in the opening. There's a bunch of thugs coming after Ichigo. Just calls 911. Yeah, I need you to send one ambulance for each of the 6 guys I'm about to beat this shit out of. Completely stupid and edgy, but
Yes.
wonderfully
Yes, he's jumping
entertaining.
along the merchants, and they're letting him pass too slack-jawed and thinking they need to lay off the crack. Hey, that was actually a great YouTube video.
Wait, what?
You guys have never seen this?
Oh. No, Sneaky, this is not the time.
No, I'm gonna link it. There you go, everyone. I'm on crack. Back when YouTube was funny. Blah 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 blah. Within a few minutes, ambulance sirens make my way down to me, and I feel drowsy, and I sat there while they exchanged my wrappings for better ones, and the blood started seeping out of me. After a few minutes, a young girl walked in quickly and asked, "Do I have permission to heal you?" Wait, what? Wait, walked in quick. Wait, what? Panacea walked in. Panacea?
Panacea.
Panacea.
Thought it
As
was
far as I know.
Panacea.
Panache.
I thought Panacea was accepted.
Gonna go find out.
Anyway, Panache walks in and asks.
Okay, I know it's not that.
The Danish walks in and she asks if she can heal him. Well, but when did he get into a hospital room? Like, it was just a few minutes, and the ambulances get there, and then they're tugging him towards a vehicle, and then they're changing out his bandages, and then a young girl walks into, I guess, the ambulance, and asks if he wants to be healed.
I mean, I guess technically with Glory Girl, she could be just, like, escorted into the ambulance. Like, she could just step into an ambulance mid-go.
Percassius walks in. Can I just put a cliffhanger here? Yeah, god fucking damn Percassius. Anyway, so, something about that line felt familiar, but I nodded anyway. She grabbed my hand and something flickered on. The surroundings went dark, and a red and white halo of flames danced around the girl's head. I felt something connect, and I now understood. The girl was named Panache, and I copied her powers.
Get the fuck out.
Path, villain, origin,
can we just be
drop
done?
in.
Can we please just be done here?
Martial arts, parkour, first aid. Blind spot, mega trophy, second trigger, secret lair, Noctis cave, Slaughterhouse 9, Endbringer, Humble Beginnings, Case 53. Wait, when is he? Wait, he just triggered. He's not a Case 53 though. What? But your powers. Case 53s get their powers from a vial. You can't trigger.
You literally can't trigger and be a Case 53. You can be as ugly as a Case 53.
Oh, okay. Apparently, he has power copying, the ability to see powers, and nanotech tinkering. Okay. Yeah, so this was just generally dumb and made me a little bit sad on the inside. So that filled my want of a worm fic. So how about some familiar Zero? Now, we got some options here. We got some Fate Stay Night or some Danny Phantom.
How about we watch him butcher Danny Phantom? We haven't had that.
Excellent choice. This is the harem fic.
God. Yeah, because Danny Fenton absolutely could hold down a harem.
Implying Danny Phantom wanted a harem. Like, he has enough problems trying to even get one girl. And that girl is into him?
Ostensibly.
So, well, I mean...
To be fair, you're forgetting about the true OTP, Tucker and Danny.
Yes, of course. No, the true OTP is Tucker, Danny, Vlad, of course.
Of course.
And
then, of course, there's the one no one wants to admit to liking, which, of course, is Danny's sister.
Yes, Danny and his clone sister.
Oh, I was talking about his actual sister.
Oh, Jazz.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there are the ones who are like, Ghost Danny and his mom, and I'm like, y'all need help?
Y'all need Jesus. On second thought, I don't want you anywhere near Jesus. Anyway, so this is the Phantom Familiar.
So I'm about to utter something that may get me thrown out of heaven. Has anyone shipped Jesus and the cross?
Yes.
Wish I could.
I almost joined you for that ride, but I decided no. Was not going to do that.
What, ship Jesus or say what he said?
No, I was going to actually reply to him.
After 2 years in his retirement, Danny decided to take a short flight to just clear his head.
Retirement? What?
Yes, yes, retirement.
It's not like ghosts are going to just stop appearing.
He saw a portal appear in front of him, a blue portal. Actually, a funny story about that. Ghost did stop appearing. Like at the end, Danny was more or less king of the ghost realm or some shit like that in the final season. Like that was the final movie or whatever.
Oh.
His secret, got like revealed and.
But he was king of the ghosts, so
some shit like that. Yeah.
It's been so long, I legit can't remember.
I mean, look, he's got the guy who controls time on his side. I mean, he might as well be king of the ghosts.
And if
they
he
also
wasn't,
shift
he can
him
go back
and
in time until
spear
he
him
is.
and Andreas and him and the apostle, including harem and pregnancy versions. Because Isley is a degenerate that likes ensuring that even when she goes to hell, they'll just kick her out.
Wait,
that's actually her immortality plan.
Wait, hold on. What?
What?
I turn away to read a text message for 5 seconds and I completely lose the train of what the fuck?
Isley has discovered stories in which they ship Jesus and the spear that killed him, and him and the apostles, including harem versions and male pregnancy versions. And someone asked, why did Isley look this stuff up? And while Isley claims to be a researcher, my reply was that Isley's immortality plan is to be so degenerate they just kick her out of hell.
Wouldn't.
Well, if it works, power to her.
He saw a portal appear in front of him, a blue portal. Curious, Danny touches the portal and gets sucked in. He then fell and landed in front of a pink-haired girl, who said he was her familiar. Danny times harem, Danny times Louise. Isn't she like 15? And Danny's like 20?
I believe she would be 15 if this is 2 years after.
This is 2 years after the senior year of his high school. So
Okay, so then he's somewhere in the range of what, 18 to 19 probably?
18 to
No,
20.
Yeah, 18 to 20.
if it's 2 years after his senior year, he should be 19 going on 20.
Yeah. So times a 14 to 15-year-old girl. I'm not really down or okay with this at all, really.
I mean, depending on the state, technically acceptable?
Georgia doesn't count.
Starts out with saying he's 16 years old.
Ah, so the person doesn't understand how math works.
2 years after retirement.
2 years in his retirement.
Austin, did you know how time operates?
Hang on a second. I thought Danny Fenton was like a sophomore at least. No, yeah, no, sorry, he was a freshman.
Really?
Yeah, this would didn't the show go over at least until he turned 16?
Something around there, yeah.
So what, does that mean he quit after a week on the job and said, fuck it? Is that what happened?
I mean, that would be a great ending.
Phantom Planet, new team of ghost hunters using master blasters. Hunt ghosts, embarrassing Danny, Disasteroid. He saves the world and the planet. With renewed determination, Danny goes to the ghost zone. His enemies in the ghost zone will all too glad to see him powerless and took great pleasure in kicking the shit out of him. However, this caused Danny to regain his powers. Oh my god. Oh my god. Danny Phantom did Bleach before Bleach did Bleach.
Probably.
No, like, he got shot with all the powers of his previous foes, and now he has his powers back. That's literally the post-Aizen arc of Bleach.
Yes, I'm aware.
This thing, their powers, gaining help from allies and enemies, they save the Earth. When the crisis is over, Danny's secret is revealed, and he is hailed as the Earth's hero.
Oh, right. I guess his parents were like, I guess we won't murder our ghost child son.
Danny was an average teenager in high school. Bugs, distress, turn evil, blah blah, relationships. How old was he when this show ended?
Yeah, I can't find a definitive answer on that. The assumption seems to be 16 at the absolute oldest.
Really?
Yeah, the problem is that it is one of those shows that's really vague on the timeline. Like, it tells you these events happen in this order, but not really the space between.
Let's see if this returns any results. Why was Danny Phantom? Why did this end? What happened at the end? Oh well. I guess we're never gonna find out. Oh wait, yeah, 14-year-old boy. And this happened all in 1 year? Because I remember at least one school year had passed.
That's what I thought too.
There was a summer vacation, like, mini arc. So still, it's like an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. I'm not really cool with that either, but whatever. But he's 16. Ah.
Honestly, all this story is done has revealed once again that, yeah, as great as Danny Phantom was, boy, the timeline is vague.
Yeah. 16-year-old boy being shipped with a 15-year-old, whatever.
There
okay.
was another show by the same. I think it was by the same guy. My Life as a Teenage Robot or whatever.
Butch Hartman,
That
yeah.
was.
Yeah,
That
what
was
about
actually,
it?
I just remembered it all of a sudden. Like that was actually.
Oh,
A pretty
you
good
know,
show.
Teenage
Yeah,
Robot
that
was
was
actually
fun.
really good, yeah.
That was a really fun show to watch.
Did it? How many did it? I think it only had seasons, right?
1, 2 seasons?
Yeah, like it was
Yeah,
like
I think at
2 at the
the
most.
most.
It ended up being canceled and replaced with a child robot show. Chinese.
Because like, I actually liked that show. It was a fun show.
Oh, I know, yeah. Anyway, I think the problem was is that
Had a really
Nickelodeon
catchy
tried
opening
to.
too.
Yeah. Both Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon were trying to shift to more younger audiences, and us teenagers basically got told to fuck off.
You ain't getting us ad dollars no more. We'll keep watching your stuff, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so
I think Avatar: The Last Airbender proved that.
No, Avatar: The Last Airbender proved that America could make amazing cartoons.
More or less.
And Code Lyoko proved France could.
And then they fucked it up by making it live action.
No, they didn't. That never happened.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, live action.
That'd be a terrible decision. It would screw everything up.
I'm bringing an acquired version of that if I ever come visit you.
I will kill you with one of the many bladed weapons you have delivered to me.
Killed by his own machete. Cops declined to investigate. When requested for a comment, they said, well, it turns out he brought in the live-action Code Lyoko. We believe this is a justifiable murder.
Homicide is there was justifiable cause.
It's justifiable cause.
Honestly, all that needs to happen is you just get one cop come in, ask for your thing. It's like he brought in live Code Lyoko, just puts the notebook away, nods at you.
Well, that's all
says,
we
I'll
needed,
take
sir.
care of
Have a
this,
good
son,
day.
and walks out.
He just picks up your body, throws it in his trunk. We'll put this with the rest.
No. In true corrupt cop fashion, it would be he pulls out a gun, places it next to the body. Oh my God, he had a gun! I am so glad you survived that.
Remember to thank the true mayor of Chicago.
Of course. Anyway, a 16-year-old boy was sitting on the edge of a window, staring at the night sky with a bored look on his face. He had a long, messy black hair tied into a ponytail with a red hoodie that was zip open, revealing white shirt. He was wearing a pair of jeans and a pair of red sneakers. The boy's name...
A pair of jeans. For a second, I was like, wait a minute. Did he mean 2 pairs of jeans? And I'm like, wait, no.
Yes, he's wearing one pair of jeans on each leg. No one comments on it. The boy's name is Danny Fenton, who was formerly known as Danny Phantom. 2 years ago, there was an accident in his parents' lab, turning him into a half-human, half-ghost hybrid. Along with his 2 friends and big sister, he protected his home, Amity Park, from ghost attacks. Last year, he had a fall down with his 2 friends.
Fall down, eh?
Yep. Pushed him right down the stairs. It's tragic.
So sad.
It began when he was getting tired of being a hero. Normally, this is the part where I'd interject and say, that character would never do this. There was actually, however, an episode where Danny Fenton straight up was just like, you know what? Screw this shit. No one appreciates all the crap I do for them. This is like, I waste so much time hunting down ghosts, and everyone just treats me like garbage. Fuck y'all.
Yes. Yeah, no, I remember that episode. That was one of the things like, yeah.
That was a great episode where he's like, my parents are trying to kill me. Everybody thinks I'm a villain. My villains are like complete dicks. And you guys are being dicks. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not helping anyone.
Yep.
It's a really good episode too. Just like, no, this is completely justified. Kid's right.
Y'all treat him like dirt.
Anyway. It began
You
with
don't
a
know you shit.
They were afraid of him for being a ghost. That was also an actual canonical thing as well. He was tired of fighting ghosts, only to receive nothing but screams of terror and anger. Okay, we're so far sticking to canon.
I mean, again, you know, if Superman like appeared magically through a wall, yeah, people would be pretty scared of him too.
Oh yeah!
I'm sorry.
Well, now who's gonna fix the wall, asshole?
Are you trying to tell me that Superman is in fact
The
just
Kool-Aid
the
guy.
Kool-Aid man in
Yeah,
disguise?
it's actually a rebranding of the Kool-Aid guy.
The K is for Krypton and Kool-Aid, my sponsor.
Blah, 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 blah. When he told them that he was done, they tried to persuade him to rethink his decision. When he wouldn't change his mind, they started calling him selfish. Also, all canon so far. That made him angry at them. He exclaimed to them that he had given everything only to receive less in return, and that he didn't ask for being a half-up. He hadn't talked to them since, and he didn't plan to anytime soon. So apparently, this is going off of a branch in which, in that episode, actually a shit ton of ghosts came out, and no one could handle them, and Danny was like, fine, I'll actually like save the day and crap, and everyone was thankful for it.
He was like, I guess my parents are just shit at their job.
Yeah, and so I guess this is an AU where a bunch of ghosts didn't break out, and so that conflict never got resolved. Okay, I mean, I don't like this so far, because I actually really like the plot development and character development that occurs later on, where he has to confront, different aspects of his actions. But, I mean,
But it's a completely reasonable supposition so far.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like a series of coincidences that led to that massive opening anyway?
Yeah, more or less. Also, I think Clockwork may or may not have been involved in that.
Yeah.
Every time someone mentions Kool-Aid, I can only think of, you have funny opinions about God in our community. Here, drink this Kool-Aid. It'll help you out.
Huh?
There was a skit. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can see where this is going. With so much free time and no responsibilities, he started catching up on schoolwork and was now considered a genius.
I mean, to be fair, his parents were, well, the mom at least.
Well, now, to be fair, the father was an idiot savant.
He can make anything as long as it involves ghosts.
Basically, yes.
Oh,
Dad,
God,
can you
yeah.
make me a ghost generator to solve the ghost power problem? Dad, congratulations! You solved the world energy crisis. What? I was making a ghost generator to trap ghosts.
You know, honestly, I would believe that.
Oh.
No, Sneaky, he makes a ghost generator to make sure that he always has work. The dark side of ghost hunting.
Later revealed Jack is a serial murderer that specifically kills people in a certain fashion to generate more ghosts.
That's horrifying. But now I want to see like.
Yo,
Oof.
that's a fan fiction in the making. Bunch of ghosts come after Danny's dad because he wants to make sure he always has a job, so he's killing people. And Daddy's just like, the ghosts are after my dad because he's a ghost hunter.
Yeah, that.
Alright.
But I kind of want to see someone take like a Nasu-verse type spin on Jack Fenton now, where someone convinces him that you can use physics to determine that electricity is just a form of ghosts, and fire's a form of ghosts.
I mean,
see what he makes.
Remember the electricity ghost?
Yeah, no, just weaponize Jack Fenton's idiot savant through the use of concepts.
We must weaponize this autism.
Change his concept of what a ghost is. See what you can fix or break.
But no, honestly, I would like to see a Nasu-verse Danny Phantom crossover, because at the end of Phantom World, he is recognized by the entire planet as a hero. Can someone say Throne of Heroes?
I'm sorry, I just imagine him showing up at the Throne of Heroes being used as shit. Who the fuck are you?
How do you the fuck? Anyway.
Would he be a caster then? He'd have to be, wouldn't he? A caster or assassin?
Be an assassin, because he can go completely invisible and shoot invisible death.
Yes, but so can some casters.
Well, it'd be primarily what he was known for, and what he's known for would be caster. Magic.
Yeah.
Skedaddle skedoodle! Green beans!
Wait, what kind of caster are you? Turns invisible and fires a bolt of energy.
Oh.
Wait, isn't that mana intensive? The fuck's mana?
Actually, I don't remember. Did he ever actually have an upper limit to that?
No, not really.
I don't recall him ever having an
upper
limit.
It gets later revealed. I think it was in the 3rd season or whatever. It gets later revealed that literally the limit to his powers is whatever he believes he can do. Because he's a ghost based off of emotion. So it's literally his limit is, can I do this? If yes, I can do it.
So he's a Green Lantern. That's why all his energy bolts were green, yo!
Well, he has blue beams too, because he learned how to shoot blue beams by watching someone shoot blue beams. And then he got really cold.
What blue beams do again?
Freeze.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't forget, he would also... he's actually the best servant because he could just possess people.
That too.
Yeah. Hi, Hercules! VoIP.
Man, you have a really low mana upkeep for a caster. What the hell's mana?
Caster? The hell are you smoking, boy?
Well, no, he would know about caster because of the Grail.
Oh, yeah. Well, then he'd know what mana is.
No, that's not relevant. The Grail gives you all relevant information to the Grail War and modern times.
He would need to know how other servants...
Well, the Grail would tell him, hey, there are these other classes.
Yeah, it wouldn't tell him about mana, just that these other classes have abilities that they can use.
Well, no, it'd probably mention mana because that is a stat.
Oh, you're right.
And also, here's what it would be. Oh, I can see my own stats. The fuck is a mana?
Why is there an EX next to it?
Independent action?
Why is there an EX next to it?
I don't know. For independent action, he'd probably be a B+ or an A.
Yeah. Presence concealment. EX?
Why is there an EX next to this? Why is there EX next to all of this?
Actually, let's think.
No,
Actually,
no.
let's
He
think
instead of
about
EX, he
that.
reads it as X. He reads it as in like it's not applicable. Man, I'm terrible. Meanwhile, Rin's just open mouthed next to him.
Spasm. Brawl.
He just looks at her. Man, I'm sorry you got such a shit servant. I think you're gonna lose the war, man.
I have an
Wait.
E.
So then who would get summoned as Archer to replace Medea?
Skulker?
His dad. His dad with a gun.
Both are incredibly valid up. No, you know who would it be? Valkyrie. The black girl? Valerie.
Actually, it's really bad.
Yeah.
If you replace Medea, that changes a shit ton of butterfly effects.
Oh, yes.
Because
We're
Medea
also
has a
replacing
different.
Archer with Danny Fenton.
No, Atin, like straight up, if Medea's not the caster, odds are caster's original master is now properly in Fuyuki, and shit gets real dark real quick, like worse than it was before.
Probably.
That dude was
which,
like,
to be fair,
I'll just buy people off the street to use as sacrifices, yo.
Which,
I don't
to be
give a
fair,
fuck.
is perfectly in line with anything involving Danny Phantom. I am here to save the day. Oh, everything is now worse. And then he saves the day. But, anyway. This is the cringe part that I kept trying to not pay attention to.
Yes.
Thanks to his ghost powers, he became fitter than anyone in class. He was super big and buff like his dad.
I will admit his dad was built like a brick shithouse, but he'd kind of gone to seed.
I think the bigger problem was he was one of those unfair, like, you got a lot of fat hide muscle there, buddy. Couldn't that man, like, because that man could also hit like a brick
Guys,
house.
Oh no, he hit like
Kingpin
a brick shit
got tired
house.
of being Kingpin and decided to start ghost hunting. That's how he can afford. That's also how he can afford everything.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Jack hits like a brick shit house too. Anyway, so he's ready for this? He also became an inventor like his parents, which they were proud of. He also developed an interest in Japanese. He bought books about their language, culture, history, and cuisine. With all that was good and the bad, with Sam and Tucker no longer talking to him, he became loner. He didn't talk too much to the popular kids since
Wait a
he
minute.
was a little
Hold on
resentful for all the
You're telling me
bullying
that
they
he
did.
got ripped as hell.
Yep. Super smart. Yep.
Super smart, but he was somehow lonely.
Yep, total loner.
Makes sense.
I don't think this person understands how high school works.
There was a little ghost troubles now and then, but there was nothing big. Since his retirement, there was nothing life-threatening trouble, thanks to his allies in the Ghost Zone that were keeping peace for him.
And by allies, we mean people that he enslaved.
I mean, I can only assume so, because that's really not a thing that happened.
I'm sorry, all I can imagine now is like, what was Rock Girl?
Toph?
Whatever she was, like, no, the rock and roll ghost.
Oh,
I don't
Ember.
remember her name, but I know who you're talking.
You will remember Ember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that's right, it
Congratulations,
was.
Sneaky, you summoned her and empowered her.
No problem.
I'll be back in a bit.
Of course you will. Ember, you will remember. And I only remember that recently because of that whole shooting that happened. Because of it.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, so like a couple of years back, a shooting occurred, and like I say, a couple of years back, it was like senior year of college, I think. a shooting happened in which this high school kid, I think it was obsessed with becoming a female ghost from Danny Phantom and being a part of Ember's band of ghost girls that he headcanoned. So he brought a gun in and shot a bunch of kids in school and then killed himself. Also, he made a shitty animation about it and put it on YouTube.
I really need you to be my leg and make a real bad joke.
What?
I need you.
You're cutting in and out.
I really need you to be making a really bad joke right now, like real poor taste.
Nope, 100% serious. There was actually a kid who made an animation, a really shitty animation about shooting up his school and then killing himself to become a ghost girl for Ember's band, and then he went and did it. That's the thing that happened. Yeah. People have problems. But anyway. The only downside was Vlad, who was now annoying him about joining his side to rule the world.
I mean, yeah, that Vlad wouldn't actually start ruling the world. He'd just keep annoying Danny.
More or less, probably. Now he was looking at the sky because he didn't know what to do, and blah blah blah, school, free time, blah blah, lost his way. He didn't want to go back to fighting ghosts, but he wanted to use his powers. Blah blah, nothing better to do. He went
Kill la
ghost.
Kill, don't lose your way.
Don't lose your way!
Not you. You are banned from singing, much like me.
I can do country, and that's about the only thing I can manage.
That's because country isn't actually music.
Fuck you. Country is absolutely music, and I will hear no alternative arguments. Anyway, so blah blah blah, Danny Phantom, blah blah. His ghost half changed his. That's not how that. Like, there was literally an entire plot line about changing Danny's outfit. And they had to go back in time to do it.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, his ghost outfit is literally what he had on when he got turned into a ghost. Sneaky has magical voice. It does magic damage and ignores armor. That's fair. Now his ghost form is now black jeans with a black long sleeve shirt and a white vest with the DP symbol on the right side. Oh my god, it's so freaking edgy. And white gloves with black boots. Oh my god, this is so edgy. He flew across the sky gracefully, enjoying the cold, soothing air. Then he's flying around, and then he heard some words being spoken. My servant, blah blah blah, heed my call, appear before me. He stared at the portal. If Danny was smart, which he was, he would leave the portal alone. But he totally wanted to touch the portal really, really badly, so he did. And then he got sucked into it. And then he's flying through the portal wormhole, and he's blinded by the light, and then he hits the ground, and then he turns around, and he turned back into Fenton as he slowly sat up, coughing the dust cloud that slowly appeared. Shaking off cobwebs, he shook his head. It's daytime now, that's weird stuff. There was cats, dogs, birds, and a big lizard spitting fire. I come in peace? The one in front of him was a cute girl with pink hair, blah blah blah, female, it's friggin' Louise. Blah blah, pointed stick, blah blah, balding man, it's Colbert. They said words, he didn't understand them. Everyone started laughing except the girl and the bald man. The girl asked the bald guy something, she didn't look happy, blah blah. Cannon, then she kissed him in the face and his brain shut down. I don't understand why people write that. I've kissed girls before, I've had a girlfriend. I don't understand that.
I'm sorry, what?
Without warning, she kissed him, and surprising Danny so much, his brain shut down. I don't understand why they do that in writing. Like, it's amateur writing that I see this in. They're like, his brain shut down with pleasure. And it's just like,
First of all, I've never understood what
what?
anyone means by a surprise like, in all the time that I've dated and had a relationship, it's never been a surprise.
I easily got into an anime moment one time and fell down the stairs and landed on another girl and kissed her. Did you like it, Isley?
Yeah, I'm sure it was an accident, Isaac.
Your nose, you even got a nosebleed from it.
That may have had more to do with falling down the stairs. Just gonna put that out.
Oh, she fell on you. I think she was hitting on you, Isley. Get it? Hitting on her because she fell on her?
Kill him.
Thank you, music. I like you. Shocked, he looked at his hand and saw some weird glowing on his hand burning into his flesh. It was the second most painful thing in his life. What the hell was that? The girl just glared at him and lifted a stick in front of him. And then he had his face explode. Okay, one more time and I'll lose it. You can talk our language now. It was supposed to knock you out. Guess the zero failed again. Blah blah blah.
Alright,
The
so
guy
this is
was
something
writing.
that bothers me with,
Yeah.
like, the ones where they randomly summon people.
Sure.
And this actually applies to the original story, too, where they're like, she summoned a commoner. I'm like, you're not gonna ask any questions about the person wearing completely random clothing that you've never seen before.
It's actually a really good point because most of our clothing,
regardless of magic, this is a medieval society, and any normal person from the modern day who gets summoned, including the main character, is wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
well, not only that, the important part about the t-shirt is that the stitching is on the inside as opposed to the outside. Because we have to we pull the fabric in and then stitch the inside of it.
Yeah.
Whereas most clothing back then was just stitched. Just straight on the outside, no like pulling it in to cover it up and whatnot.
Well, and don't forget how jeans exist. Jeans
That's
are
denim in general.
Yeah.
And the boots, people normally like, holy crap, if I got summoned to another time period with the boots I was wearing, like that steel plate inside the boots, it's curved steel plate, not hammered. It's got composite in there as well. Layered leather.
A pair of waterproof sneakers.
Yeah, it's just there's quite a bit of a suspension of disbelief that no one would ever comment about any of the weird stuff this person's apparently wearing.
Or like if I had like my LL Bean jacket, because it's got a removable shell.
Oh yeah. And like that is another weird thing is that they assume commoner after they see that sort of clothing.
Just like that is some magic ass clothing.
No, not even gonna say magic. Like that's nobility to your clothing. Like that looks like to be some very expensive clothing, because you have to keep in mind what the commoners wore back then, which was clothing that was more or less falling apart and patchwork and handmade. And yeah. So like someone comes off wearing jeans with not a single stitch out of place and a nice clean white shirt. No one's gonna go, that guy's a commoner.
Or a shirt with screen print on it.
Well, a screen print, a dyed shirt especially.
Yeah.
plastic. Maybe if you get summoned from a wintry area, I mean, a plastic or rubber, depending on your choice, or denim or flannel, like all these fabrics that weren't invented, all these weaves that were never made. It is always a bit weird where they go, "Oh, clearly you're a commoner and don't know." And it's just,
Who's a commoner?
We were just commenting about how in Familiar Zero and other worlds, how the hero gets summoned, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's clearly a commoner with his never before seen denim inside stitching jeans and his purple shirt with inside stitching that's not a stitch out of place and no wear and tear with printed images on the front of it." And it's just like, yes, this guy is clearly a peasant.
Like, it's just, and I said that it annoyed me about the original show too. I'm like, that's not how that works, guys.
Sorry about just them recognizing a hoodie for some reason.
No, but we're saying based on everything they wear, like, oh, hey, we've seen someone with something that we've never seen before, but he looks like a normal person, so clearly he's a commoner, even though he's wearing clothing of obvious quality and that we've never seen before.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of AirPods. No, look, don't be bringing AirPods into this, okay? Anyway. Blah blah. He felt something tug on his pants. Looking down, it was a dog wagging his tail. He pet the dog on his head, causing everyone to stop laughing and to look at him. And then he was suddenly dogpiled by the other animals. Oh, he got summoned as the animal guy.
What?
Well, there's the 4 variants of Void summons. He's the animal whisperer one.
Oh. Actually, that would make a lot of sense for Danny. Hmm. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that might not have been a bad choice on the author's part, at least for this.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's not. I mean, you really don't even need magic item one. It's animal whisperer or the heart, because he shoots beams of energy, can pass through walls, possess people, has a scream that can flatten a city block. He really doesn't need magic items, and he really doesn't need to know how to use a sword.
I could use a sword, or I could possess that guy.
Anyway. And the dragon, the familiar seems to like the familiar seemed to like this commoner. Very funny scene. Danny cried out, "Help me!" Failing to get out from underneath them due to their superior numbers. He could have used the ghost powers, but he didn't want the people to be suspicious of him, and he was suspicious of the people. "Hey, I know you can hear me." He suddenly felt himself getting picked up by the back of the shirt, freeing him from the animals. It was the blue dragon. "Thank you. You're welcome." "Did you just talk?" he asked the dragon. The dragon nodded her head. The girl with short blue hair stared at Danny with wide eyes. "I'm going crazy," he muttered as the dragon pushed the other animals away before putting him down. "Thank you." The girl marched toward him. "Who are you?" "Danny Fenton." "Who are you?" "Luis Francois de la Blanc de la Valerie." That's a long name.
It's an obnoxious name.
Yes, it is. Freaking French.
Your name's too long. You're Val from now on. What? What?
You're banned from vowels. Well, that's how we get Polish.
When you're banned from consonants, that's how you get Hebrew.
Today's factual statements have been brought to you by 3-Minute Ramen. 3-Minute Ramen. It's probably good for you.
It'll let you live through college. Maybe.
This sounds like a really bad Naruto abridged joke, if I'm being honest.
It's probably. Hey guys, I guess I'm Naruto because I like ramen.
Hashtag not an ad, hashtag could be an ad.
Did you just say not a nod?
Yeah, he did.
You said
No,
nod.
you said nod.
I said no such thing.
You absolutely said nod.
You did.
Roll the tape!
Whatever, as of right now, you're my servant. Excuse me, are you deaf? I said you're my servant. Stared long and hard before he grabbed a cheek and pinched it. Everyone stared at him. Damn it, this isn't a dream. Is this your version of joke? If this is your version of a joke, it's not funny, Clockwork.
You know what? That's an excellent in-character thing.
Yes. If something goes wrong, it's probably Clockwork's fault somehow. They all stared at him like he was crazy before she grabbed his arm and dragged him away. This is gonna be trouble, he thought, letting himself get dragged away by the girl. So, as far as hooks go, not interested in the first half. The second half, I kind of want to see how bad it gets. But
Yeah, that's
as
fair.
far as it goes, the grammar and the spelling weren't awful, but there were definitely some questionable moments.
I was gonna say, there was nothing flagrantly horrid.
Yeah. So this isn't a blatant write-off, it's just, you had a really bad hook mate, and you weren't really, elucidating on how much of an AU this is compared to the normal timeline. Because we just get some vagaries of it was around this time, and then 2 years later...
Now, I would just say, now, to be fair, the Danny that they established is a perfectly fine, reasonable variant of Danny, and everything that he did seem in character with Danny so far.
Yeah, but it would still be nice to know where in the timeline this was.
I agree with you. I was just complimenting the author on doing something that most of the authors that we've ever actually met has completely failed to do, which is keep the character as themselves and establish a reason for and establish reasonable divergences and then stick to them.
Well, I mean, the next reasonable divergence is apparently a harem, so I'm going to have to disagree on that.
I said so far.
So I mean, do you guys want to do Chapter 2 some point in time in the future?
Sure, we'll bring it back on Tuesday. We'll do what we originally used to do on the Tuesday show.
Look, we just found everything. No stories that have been able to do that recently. In like the past years. Alright, so we got a familiar Zero story out of the way.
Isley, you wound me. She confused you for me again.
You say that like she didn't do it on purpose.
I'm honestly not sure at this point.
Oh boy, how about this one? Naruto the Gamer. RE Monster Naruto crossover. So, are you guys familiar with the Gamer?
No.
Well, the RE Monster at least. Basically, it's your generic gaming story, except the main character inherited a skill he had from his previous life, which was the ability to eat anything and gain more abilities from that, which then combined with the gameverse the world operated on, which let him literally gain new abilities like creating a thick shell on his back after eating a turtle.
Gotcha.
And basically the power scaling was absurd and very rapid, and he had a harem, and he kind of just destroyed everyone he came across, and there was no tension, and yeah. There's another one of those really crap main characters, possibly interesting setting to explore.
Of course.
Apparently, both Max and Atin are just alternative accounts that I use.
No, I think he
They
means
are.
that we are literally like alternate slots. We're your Echo Fighters, Sneaky.
Does that mean Atin's my persona?
No, no, no. Oh god.
No.
Someday there's gonna be creepy fan art of us, and it's Persona 5's fault.
Probably.
Well, I mean, it's your fault, but it's also Persona 5's fault.
Isley knows about the gamer, not sure about the monster. Basically, Ori Monster is the gamer, except the main character is ridiculously overpowered at the start.
Okay, so Ari Monster is the one where the main character reincarnates as a goblin. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the few times where I looked at a premise like, this doesn't seem interesting in the slightest to me, which is weird. Coming from me, I'll read damn near anything that's not, like, offensive to the eyes.
Do I have a fursona? I do not have a fursona.
None of us do.
I'm pretty sure none of us do.
Well, okay. I know Sneaky doesn't, because I've heard his anger. Well, I mean, it could be one of those things where, like, the pastors that rage the most against the gays are gay.
No. I'm not a furry. Or gay.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't. I'm pretty sure Max doesn't.
Y'all
But
need personas.
No.
Draw us personas then, Birdie.
no, no, no.
God damn it. First shit was mentioned. Time to go watch Dishes. Is that a rule you play by? If you're in a podcast and someone mentions furries, you have to go watch Dishes?
Even if it's about how we hate them and they're creepy.
Dude, look, I had to deal with freaking furries. At this summer camp that I was at, and they were gay
What the
and in
summer
love
camp
with
were
each
you at
other.
where they allowed that? Degeneracy.
They were gay, they were furries, and they were in love with each other. And then I was going to get water one night, and I got to hear the lovely sounds of them having very loud, heavy sex.
No, hold on. Seriously, what summer camp were you at that allowed degeneracy?
Imagination.
I was gonna say, because like every summer camp I've ever been to was like, listen, don't even look at people romantically.
No, Imagination was like that too, except the whole problem is that they're both guys, and so Imagination was like, oh, well, it should be fine if they're in the same room together, because what are guys gonna do together in a room?
Normally, we would probably just burn it down.
I mean, we'd light it on fire, or there's like 1,000 things we do.
I mean, we're not gonna be paying for it, Birdie, so if it's free, I mean, I won't decline if it's free art, but...
I will decline. I'd rather not.
So that's why Sneaky has zero interest in sex, because I heard two gay guys having sex? No. No. Long before that. Long before that.
I would say, Sneaky has no interest in it because he's emotionally dead inside.
Blame the nuns. No, there was no nuns involved either. Anyway.
Clearly, it was the Catholic priests that did it.
Naruto Gamer. Naruto died in battle against Hanzo Army, the gamer of Konoha. It's a fanfic of another fanfic. It's a fanfic about an alternative universe of a gamer crossover Naruto fanfic. Jesus Christ. But it isn't the end. He reincarnated into the world of Monster as an imp. Watch as he becomes the most powerful monster in existence. See, that's just a terrible summary. That is not how you do a summary. A better way would be like, will Naruto be able to...
Can he even survive?
Can he survive in the cruel world of RE Monster with everything stacked against him? Will he be able to find the peace he is now searching for? Literally anything but watch as he becomes OP. The gamer with Rue's skill absorbing ability, because of course Naruto has to get that too for some ridiculous reason. Eventually godlike Naruto. 287 people favorited this story. 287 people should be ashamed of themselves. Oh, good, Moth! You're just in time for the crossover alternative universe fanfic based on another alternative universe crossover fanfic. That's an alternative universe of the original fanfic.
I'm just hoping that if I'm silent long enough, you'll assume I'm dead and we'll stop the show.
Well, you've just ruined your own plan.
I'm adopting this story where he dies in the forest of Senju against the army of Hanzo. This is my version of the gamer and will be completely different from the gamer that this version is based off of. Naruto will be an imp, and he'll be weak and fragile imp, and then he will become godlike. There will be more surprises. What's left? You literally just spoiled the entire story. Like, even though we know that's sort of what's going to happen by the end of a Naruto reincarnation gamer story, you being like, 100% guys, he's guaranteed to be godlike by the end of this. It sucks the fun out of it.
Sucks the fun out of making fun of it, you mean?
Sort of.
I always just assume that's where you're going with this kind of crap.
Well, it sucks the fun out of reading it, too. Because, like, there's another one by Arkas von Arklensen or whatever. It's a Naruto RE Monster story cross. Naruto replaces Ryo or whatever the fuck his name is. You know, ends up evolving into a World of Warcraft troll. Starts up a kingdom and crap, but the point of the story was just like, what does Naruto do? In this situation, what does Naruto do? Okay, now that this situation has occurred, what does he do with the results? Alright, what does he do with the results? Alright, what does he do with the result? Like, that's literally the entire story is, it's not about Naruto becoming OP, because that's sort of Naruto, so it's gonna happen. It's just the story based off of what he's gonna do. And it's good. It's actually a really good, nice read. No, it's not fantastic, it's not amazing. It doesn't have amazing plot development or good character development. It's just a nice read. It's a nice little story to sit down and read because even when you know he's going to become overpowered, it's a little nice to read about it. But the author is just like, alright, this one. The author's just like, alright, he's going to be OP, don't worry guys. He's going to have a huge harem, his dick's going to be 14 feet long, and harem of 70 women. But, anyway. Also, there might be some swearing in this story. But not too much. But I've warned you in case you don't like swearing. There will be a harem, but not lemon.
That's probably my most hated fanfiction.
Oh?
Lemon. As a euphemism for sex. I don't know. I'm just like, why? Why? That has nothing to do with this. Unless y'all into some really freaky stuff.
Thank you, Wisely. Oh, I don't know about the origin of lemon.
No, Isley, no.
Anyway.
I'm gonna assume it started with that stupid fucking website way back when, like, we were in middle school.
Lemon Party? Okay.
I'm gonna assume that's where it started.
Probably.
Knowing the internet.
Probably.
Oh, the Shota says hi, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Hi, Shota.
Hey, Shota, every once in a while, we want you to, like, actually say hi on an account so we know that Isley isn't just, like, lying to us that you're alive. Because we worry about you. We're worried about what your terrible
C8.
Fuck you, C8.
C8, what's this? Swearing in my Christian fanfiction? Blasphemy. You know, I'm actually really sad about this. Is that there's a bunch of videos of me on YouTube. Because I went to Imagination for like a bunch of years. And they've deleted all of the videos with me in it. I don't know why, but they have.
Because you're a terrible subhuman.
Okay, yeah, but they made a video of just me saying blasphemy to people for like 17 minutes. Because for one summer, I don't know what got in my head, but basically I thought calling everything blasphemy was hilarious. So that's what I did during the entire 2 weeks I was there. And for some reason, they made a video compilation of it. Gone now. I don't know why.
Probably for the best.
Isley, you probably could have phrased that better.
Isley, why have you tied your brother up in the basement?
Why is that in quotes?
I can only assume BDSM.
I can only assume she's doing terrible things to her sibling.
Alright. Naruto Pav! Day 1. I died. Pretty sure I did. Didn't I? What happened? I think I remember. Press X to remember.
Press F to forget.
Naruto won't remember this. I was fighting against an army of Hanzo in the forest Shenju. The army was overwhelming us. My turrets were taking down hundreds of them and thousands more were coming.
I'm sorry, his what?
His turrets. Apparently he made turrets. I was fighting dozens at once. When the army started to overwhelm us, I ordered my squad to retreat and I stayed behind to cover them. And I fought for the final time. The last thing I remember was dying. Now I'm weaker. I don't think I care right now because I'm hungry. Very hungry. And then something sweet was poured into my mouth. It tasted like milk, so I drank it. A lot of it. I fell asleep. I woke up. Kinda. Can't open my eyes. I drank milk and fell asleep. Day 3. I tried to open my eyes and I succeeded with much difficulty.
I'll be honest,
I still can't
it sounds like someone
properly.
tried to give Naruto the milk of the poppy. Apparently that just broke Sneaky.
Apparently, Shota is being tied up by a seeker from XCOM.
Isley?
I don't know how Isley contacted aliens or why she's using them for BDSM, but,
Or why she thinks choking someone is a good idea.
What are you saying what to, Music? I would be happy to elucidate any questions of yours.
Unless you're asking about Isley, in which case you're better off not knowing.
Alright. Get your uwu shit out of here.
Listen, the only person you're allowed to uwu is Max.
You've been purged.
Oh, you just deleted everything. Why do you keep doing that?
What?
You know when you delete someone's message the way you do this, you delete everything they've said, right?
Oh, I know. I'm erasing C8.
Sneaky. This is why we lose people.
No, this is why we gain people.
It's not how that works, I'm afraid.
I tried to open my eyes, and I succeed with much difficulty, and I still can't see properly. It's all blurry, and I could make out a figure standing above me as if looking at me surprised. And then I heard him say, "We have a fast one this generation." As time went by, I tried to make sure that the figure in front, to make sense of the figure in front of me. Slowly, my vision cleared, and I could see him properly. I was standing at the ceiling of a cave, a very dark cave, I deduced. But I could surprisingly see well, despite the fact that... How would you know it's a dark cave, then?
I can't see, but I know it's a dark cave.
I can see perfectly fine, but it's a dark cave because I think it is. What? Then my eyes were on the figure. It was an ugly-looking creature with pointed ears and red fur, and then I looked around at other creatures, and they were all baby-sized. And I would have jolted back if I could, because I looked the same. They were red. Then the creature spoke, already able to see, so quite surprising. Then I fell asleep again. Day 4. I woke up and tried to move my head and see if anyone was there, and the day went as I tried to move. Today that imp? How do I know it's an imp? Weird. How do I know what to call that creature already? Anyway, today the imp showed up and checked on everyone. Then he went away, and then I fell asleep. Day 5. I woke up strong, well, stronger than yesterday. As I tried to move, I was surprised I could move. I stood up weakly. Oh, wow, you can walk already. You are developing very fast. The imp... I tried to talk to him. What? The imp looked surprised even more. Ah, and you can even talk. Wow, what a surprise. Then suddenly he spoke as if he remembered something. Ah, I almost forgot. Your name is? Hing. Welcome to character creation screen. Foo asterisk NG hell. What the fuck? Did you just censor yourself and then not censor yourself?
They did.
Huh.
Ah!
That's just strange.
I stared at the box for 5 minutes. I did die, and I got reincarnated, and someone's laughing at me. I stared at the box longer, and then what I saw almost took away my frustration at Gaia. Character creation. As you are born with gamer ability, you can decide how your character will be doing in... You can decide how your character will be in doing so. You can 3 permanent traits, be it positive or negative. What? As you are born with the gamer ability, you can decide how your character will be in doing so. You can 3 permanent traits, be it positive or negative.
See.
Yeah, of course, it all makes sense now.
Your character will be in doing so you can. What? Zex once put it, repeat with me, pussy, shit, fuck, gun, asshole, fuck you. Don't censor yourself. Yeah, basically. Strong, weak, genius, quick, cynical, gregarious, irritable, ugly, slow. Why can't author? Undiscovered traits, 50. Author, can't you just like put them in a box? You know, like this big, like just boom, boom, boom. Here's all the traits. Like, why do you have to take up so much freaking page space?
Because they needed to pad it to make it look better.
What? What? Currently taken. Ambitious, quick, and fixed. These traits cannot be removed or disabled. Gremlin kind. Disgusting, horrible, mischievous, and horrible labor. I recommend extermination. What? Opponents often underestimate you. Fast growth, small size. Large humanoids are hostile to you. Reduce physical stats. Wait, what? Reduced physical status, -2 strength, -2 endurance, and 10 HP per day.
Whoa, why would
What?
anyone ever take that?
Apparently this is forced on him. Nexus replies with, I failure am doing the comprehend thing. Basically. The gamer, you are the gamer, one who can do the everything. Nothing can mind control you. Resting at home heals you. Trait points 3. Note, traits already taken do not count towards trait points, such as learning, experimenting, hunting, leadership, friendship, growing, and reputation connections. This is just so poorly organized. Holy crap. This is some of the longest, most poorly organized gamer readout I have ever seen. Oh god. I'm done. I'm done. We're at 9 o'clock. I'm done. Alright. Is there anything else I want to say tonight? Tuesday is going to be at 7:30 ish. It's going to be snowing out pretty heavily, and I'm working 12 hours that day, so I have no idea what time exactly I'm going to be getting home. Yeah, you came way too late. Literally every single day, I'm here from 7 to 9. I ping everyone in the Discord.
Calm down, Sneak. Take a deep breath.
But anyway, yeah, I will see you all next time. I really hope I do, because I always love having more people in the chat, honestly. But see you all next time, because there is always more, and it always gets worse.